What is
recording. This song?
Yeah.
You hear it in a sec. It's just like I just randomly picked that out of like a pile there.
This is such a random sound.
It's such a nice intro song.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought this was your intro to the
No, this
to
is
the show.
this is not planned.
I was like, this man got a theme song?
Okay, okay, let's go.
Cool.
Welcome to another episode of Shut Up and DJ. Shut up and DJ.
Yeah.
I got with me superstar DJ. Pa. All the way from Lagos, Nigeria. My personal hometown. Where in Lagos are you from? Are you from Lagos State?
I am from Edo.
Hey, okay.
Edo boy.
All the way from Lagos State, but hailing from Edo State.
Yes.
Got your boy Yosa.
Yes.
I got my boy Yosa in the building. Welcome to Toronto, my G.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
How you feeling now that you're here?
I'm good. I like the city. Like low key, high key, I like the city. I'm a fan.
You're no longer cold, right?
Today was like, the sun was busting today.
I said it that after that set you played, it was gonna get hot.
Yeah.
It was gonna get hot.
You actually did
got
say
hot.
it. Damn.
I said it.
That's crazy. You actually
The
did say it.
weatherman never fails.
On camera you said it, recorded you said that.
I said it. Go check the recording.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like once Yosa plays the set, it gets hot. It was cold the day before.
It was
got hot.
freezing. Yeah. Okay, cool. Ah, you tough. That was good. Now today the sun was busting. Like I walked for like 4 hours. I took my sweatshirt off. Yeah, I was wearing a crop top. My tummy was out.
This man was wearing out here fashion statement.
Yeah, I was giving these Canadians vibes.
It's like in the capital of like, you know, little queerness. It's like,
Yeah,
let's show them a little navel, you know.
It was a lot of queerness today.
Were you around Church and Wellesley area?
I was just I have no idea where, but I was looking for thrift stores.
Okay.
And so a lot of the thrift stores, a lot of them, there was a lot of lesbian-looking people, and then there was also like a lot of men that were a little bit sweet around the hips.
Okay. Sweet around the hips. I like that phrasing.
Yeah.
I like that
Just a little
phrasing
bit
for sure.
sugary. Just a little bit of sugar.
Damn. So we need to dive into backstory because
Yeah.
even me, I don't know a lot about Yosa's backstory.
Okay.
So that's like the first thing I'm gonna like go into.
Yeah.
When did you start DJing?
I started DJing in like 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
You don't tell.
Yeah.
How many years is that? I think my math is correct. That's
13.
at least 13
Yeah,
years.
13 years. Quick math.
Quick math.
Yeah.
You don't tell the people how old you are, or you want to keep that, you know, little mystery.
I'm a grown ass man. I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 30, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Since when?
I'm 30 years old. And there's a guy in the corner, one convenience shop. I went to get a like IPA yesterday.
And he went to
he asked
ID
me
you?
for my ID. I was like, how old do you think I am? He's like, oh, maybe 15, 16, 17. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
Man still out here at the age of 30 getting ID. That
Get
means
ID, boy.
that means my face will be having wrinkles though, because the way they be IDing, they don't be IDing me.
They're like, you good.
They don't be IDing me no more. They don't be IDing me at all.
That's hilarious, yeah.
Okay, so 12, 13 years in the game.
Yeah.
And why did you start DJing?
I was once a delinquent child, a delinquent student, and I was sent to a boarding school. It's a long story, but I was sent to a boarding school. I didn't like the boarding school. I cried. I said, Mom, Dad, I want to come home. So I came home after 3 months, and I had the rest of the year off. And somehow, I don't remember how, that year I discovered WizKid, because I was in the US, so I wasn't like really plugged in. I discovered WizKid Superstar, and then I discovered Virtual DJ.
Hey!
And then-
Shout out Virtual DJ.
Yeah, shout out Virtual DJ.
That's what we're on right now.
Yeah, I was sorry if you were using Virtual DJ yesterday. I was like, oh, interesting.
It's my switchblade, man.
Interesting.
It's a fucking switchblade.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
But yeah. Continue.
Yeah, and I discovered Virtual DJ, and that was it. It was just me and Virtual DJ and Afrobeat songs for the summer, for months. That's all I did. I wasn't even conceptualizing it, but I was obsessed. And I was just making transitions, making mixes, finding cool things to do. It was just me and virtual DJ for months, and then from there I went into uni. I was just playing as much as possible. I played everything. I was playing like 5 times a week in uni.
And this was in Lagos?
In the US.
Okay.
Yeah. In Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, Trinity College.
Shout out to the United States Connect. What's the slang name for
who?
For Connecticut? Or the city where you were? It's
Hartford.
not
Hartford.
Hartford.
Yeah,
that's the name. That's the full name.
Yeah, I don't know the.
So you all are not cool like
Yeah, we don't have
6
Oh no, we don't have any. We don't have any like. Yeah. Maybe we do, but I don't know it.
You got no gang signs.
I don't have
no area codes.
Oh, they definitely have gang signs and all that stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know them.
Shit. Mans was not on the street.
Yeah, I was inside. I was inside the gates.
Of your university?
Like I was probably inside. I didn't go inside, yeah.
No, it's okay. So you've got like the Nigerian influence, you've got an American like background in DJing.
Yeah.
And what was that like, playing on like university campuses? Like
I enjoyed myself very well.
It was like frat parties and stuff?
It was frat parties, start to finish for 4 years, basements, beer on the ground, like just frat parties. And then so with that, you can kind of play anything as long as the energy is up. And then also frat parties, like you can play hip hop, you can play the Migos, and at that time I was playing like Martin Garrix and Tiesto and all that stuff. And you can play like white, like Closing Time and like
some country.
Maybe not so much country, but like Party in the USA type vibe. You can play a wide.
It's a country song.
Is it country? No, that's not country.
It's a party in the USA.
No, it's not country. It's not country. I promise you, it's not country.
Okay, it's
country.
pop.
Yeah, it's pop. It's like because it's what's her name, Miley Cyrus. She has that country twang a little bit, but it's not like a proper. I don't think I've ever played a country song, if I'm honest.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, my university days, like,
where'd you go?
The closer, I went to school in Kamloops, British Columbia.
Okay.
So the one club that we had there in our city was called Cactus Jazz. And they used to play like the hip hop, but like the closing tracks would always be some like
exactly.
Ass,
okay,
like something about a train. Living in a lonely world.
Okay.
You got the midnight train going in.
Yeah, the closing songs. Yeah, the closing songs are, but those hit though. Those are bangers.
They be hitting.
Those are actually bangers. Those closing songs, like the white people closing songs, are actually bangers. Closing Time is a good song. There's also Living on Lonely. Those are bangers.
Snow Complexion Allies.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out. So Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, Jake from State Farm. He's a guy. So.
Okay. So how did you transition from that to being the forefront of like Lagos, Nigeria DJs?
So I stopped DJing for from 2018 to 2022.
Hiatus 4 years.
Yeah, maybe 2020. Yeah, 2022, I think. Because I was playing house music. I'm like a house guy, and when I got to Lagos, there was Element House, but there was not very many house parties, and so I stopped. I was like, okay, what do I do? Because I didn't even enjoy playing Afro at that time, because I wasn't that connected to it. But and then I just started playing. When I started playing again, the house shows were coming up a little bit small, and I got very lucky in that I started playing again as house or Afro house was starting to take hold in Lagos.
Okay.
And so as I was growing, Afro house was growing, and me and Afro house and the other like Aniko and all these like Blessing, as we were growing with Afro house, and then we were kind of like the machines, or like the, what's the word? Not machine. We were the
You guys were the drivers.
Yeah,
the primary drivers of like the genre.
So as house was growing, we were growing. Same thing with Element House. As Element House was growing, So it was just right place, right time, to be honest.
That's fair.
And then also like because at that time I had been playing house since 2013, and so like a lot of new DJs will start like, if you're a new DJ, okay, you can play, but like, there's a difference between when you're hearing it from a guy that started.
When you're hearing from an OG.
From and then
versus
like from somebody that just started just now. And so like when people hear me play, they'll be like, oh, okay, like there's something different about what this guy's playing, and so
versus like
some others started.
I love hearing OGs play. That's like one of my things. Like when somebody that's 15 years plus.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different.
Their hands.
It's a different.
It sounds different.
Yeah,
it sounds different. There's a way they just handle systems.
It's outside.
It's proper. I was gonna ask, did you graduate university?
Yeah, I did.
You did? With all that partying?
Yeah, I did.
Well done. In
By
what?
the skin of my teeth, but I did.
In what did you study?
International relations in Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Chinese?
And Chinese.
Are you fluent in Chinese?
No. I wish I was fluent.
But you can speak. You can
I
understand.
learned how to speak. I learned Chinese. I do not speak it.
Okay.
Well, Bushuo Chongwen.
Interesting. So you are basically primed for the for the new dispensation we are about to go
for our
into.
new overlords.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about you the other day. I might need to go learn some Chinese.
Yeah. You might as well.
Because shit is getting wild up in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, the
Our overlords are coming.
US is wilding.
But you can code. It's either you can code or you can speak Chinese.
I kind of know how to code. it's not at the tip of my fingers.
Okay.
In general,
Chinese. So we're probably at the same spot.
Code or speak Chinese. Pick one. Pick a struggle. Yoruba no the help anybody.
Bro, what's it?
Oba of one land. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so you're there, right? And this is like around 2022 when shit starts picking up, right?
Yeah.
So in my own experience of that whole period was that I started in 2019. So compared to you, I'm a newbie.
Okay.
But the first thing that we did do, immediately we started at Freak Like Me, was go to Lagos and start an event called Eco Electronic. Right. Element House was around during that period, and we had met some of the guys that were like part of it then. And then Sensilo, Calix, they were all active as Village Sound System during that period. Yeah. So that's what we met on ground. And we're like, yo, let's join up these people and like build this shit up. And we found like a lot of the scene that was electronic music then did not contain, like you mentioned, didn't contain any Nigerian music.
Yeah, at zero.
So that was always my vision. And it seems like everyone, or a lot of people that are in the scene now are starting to come to that realization that we might need to push in that direction where we like create more local sounds that we can use to express like the Lagos scene. And it's not like there's no sounds, there are, but nobody's pushing those sounds. So my question to you would be like, what are your thoughts and what are your like contributions at the moment on that particular topic?
I think a big one is obviously as I'm playing, also take the time to sharpen my production skills, and so just to feed to fill the void with our own music. So take time, like you are doing. Take time, make the music, because you have to build that skill. It's a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill set
that you have to build. So you build that skill to be able to express yourself, and then that's on one side for myself. But on the other side, I try to play my friends' music as much as possible. Like a lot of the guys are making really cool music that are very playable inside sets now. Kevin London, and Ifeme, Black Dave, Sigag. I can't mention everybody's name. Fame.
My niggas.
And so so just making sure that where I can fit them in my sets, fucking fit them in my sets.
Pop it in.
Yeah.
And have you found that there's good reception to like, now that people are starting to awaken to that reality, are you finding that the reception is good? Or like, are they still more attuned to foreign genres?
I think the reception for good music will always be good. So if the song is good, then Like if it's a hit, like I think Black Dave and Kevin London's song Ikoke is a hit.
Yeah.
It's actually a Lagos hit in our scene, and people respond to it. Like people know that's the song. And so Ifeme has a couple on his project as well that are really good, and people react well to them. If it's a good song, then it's a good song. So
I feel that.
yeah.
I feel that. This song. What were you doing when this song was out?
What year is this?
I don't even remember the year this song came out, but like
I have no idea. I have no idea what I was doing. I was probably imagining. I was probably daydreaming a lot. I was probably like going to school and spending a lot of time daydreaming about things. Like maybe when I got home, riding my bicycle.
damn, bicycle?
Yeah, I was riding a bicycle. Is this probably like 07, 08?
Yes, like this was on like I tend to remember things by like seeing them on TV.
Yeah.
So this was definitely while I was still in high school
Okay.
and / when I just moved to Canada. So yeah, 2007, 2008.
Okay, 07, 08. Yeah. So this is when I first started discovering the concept of girls. 07, 08 is when I was like, oh.
Damn. This man hit puberty.
I was like, oh, they got
no, this is post-puberty.
boobs.
This is post-puberty.
Maybe for you.
2022? Nah. What are they talking about here? Even Google doesn't know when this jam drops. Okay, so Weird MC, we need to figure out when this song drops. It's very important information.
Yeah, very
Simply Weird. 2005?
So were you just
Enjoy
a kid
ya,
in
2006.
2006?
Oh my god! I guess.
2006, I have no idea what I was doing in 2006.
Yeah, so I'm just scrolling through my library right now and seeing these like
Some gems.
songs, these gems that are just like,
Proper gems.
and this is where like for me personally, these are the places that I draw my inspiration to like make like Nigerian electronic music.
Yeah, definitely.
Because in its undertones, this is like an electronic.
We've been making electronic music for time, like across, if you just look across from now to like SARS 10 years ago to Mo Hits, all Don Jazzy's beats are Afro House songs. All those, I won't even say ish. When you hear the kick, all that stuff is Afro House.
Ikechukwu actually corrected me one time.
What you say?
He was at a party that I played in Lagos, and actually that first Iku Electronic, and I was speaking to him later. I was like, yeah, like I did a remix of the song because I wanted it to feel like a lot more like Afro House. And he was like, the original song was Afro House.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. I was like,
It's Afro House, man.
it just wasn't like, at that period, it wasn't the Afro House that we're like used to.
The mixing is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But the elements are all the same.
It had the 4 kicks.
It's all the same elements.
It had the shakers.
The rim, cut. It's all Afro House. And so that's when I was doing, like at the beginning, 2022, 2023, when Afro House was going well, I started realizing that like you can actually play all these songs. Like, you can play so many songs because all of them, everything from Amapiano to like old Mo Hits, all that stuff is all Afro House. Like even like what like Shaku Shaku vibes.
Yeah.
All those 2018, 2017, Naira Marley, all that stuff is Afro House, man.
You just reminded me of a song that I should play.
Like Shucky, all
Like,
those.
Yeah, Shucky is definitely
All
in
those,
that
it's Afro
in
House.
that realm for sure.
Leg back.
Oh, you have one leg back band.
It's all Afro House.
Yo. Gee, I don't even have the song on my computer, but I'm gonna play it in a
Party
second.
Scatter.
Party Scatter, yes.
It's all that's it's
In
all
the
Afro House.
same-
And so we're like, oh, Afro House. We've been doing Afro House for time. It's like, it's just now, it's crazy, but it's now white people white people started they're like, it's white people that kind of like commercialize this Afro House movement, unfortunately.
Facts. It's something that we're dealing with here,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we kind of just have to.
It is
like,
what it is.
we just have to deal.
Yeah.
We
It
just
is
have
what
to
it
do.
is.
It's not even a topic I want to broach with you. But then, speaking of like Lagos, I've heard you say like one or two things about like the scene, but like now officially on the record, how have you, in your experience so far, what have you thought about the growth between 2022 and now of the electronic music scene?
The growth is tremendous. Like the growth has been kind of insane. It's been cool to like watch and also to like be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like I remember maybe 2022, 2023, we were weird in Lagos. We were like, what's this guy playing? Like I remember I played Even in the Day. You know, Even in the Day is a party series. It's kind of like a commercial party series for like young people. Where
What's the name again?
It's called Even in the Day.
Even in the day.
Yeah.
I've seen their like
they have
brand.
DJ lineups, and they would call me Dafe, my guy. He would call me and say, "Oh, bro, we want you to do Afro House set." Maybe this was like 2023. I came, I was like, "Okay, cool. They want me to do Afro House set." I was playing Afro House. They would just stare. It was a 6 set. It was a 5 set, but they stared at me, and I felt bad. It was one of my like. It was like, you know, when. And especially the Lagos crowd, if they're not fucking with you, they're not fucking with you at all.
Yeah.
And so to go from that to be like, what are these guys playing, to now, like, we have the cloutiest events in Lagos now are raves.
Yeah.
Like you now see all the like big producers coming to stand next to us.
Yes.
As we're playing our same Afro House that everyone was trying. So it's really cool to watch how the culture has
shifted
to our side. And like the biggest events in Lagos now are Afro House events. Like
or like it's electronic music in general.
Electronic music events. And like it's cool to see that like if you want, maybe even 3 years ago, you had to, if you wanted a lot of people to come out to your event, you needed a headliner, you needed an artist to come and say it. Don't worry guys, artist so-and-so is coming. Don't worry guys, this guy's coming. Now, it's just DJs, man, it's just DJs. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see. I mean, we have a long way to go in terms of like production, infrastructure, the sound, the music. I think that like while we have a lot of DJs now, a lot of DJ, like we just have a long way to go in terms of like making it better, making it high quality. I think that we haven't even touched production the way that we can. In terms of even lighting, venues, all that stuff. But I'm proud of what we've done so far, and I'm looking forward to where we take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from your own point of view, do you think you'd go into like event organizing anytime soon? You're just like, you're content and you feel like your talents are greatly like utilized, just like being a DJ or like an A&R or like, you know? What are your thoughts?
I don't like doing events. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's very trash to do events. And a lot of times, even when I do the events, it doesn't fulfill me.
Okay.
You know? Because sometimes you can go, you experience hard things. Oh, that was trash. But at the end of it, it feels nice because you feel fulfilled afterwards. Some people, I think that's what events do for them. Like, oh wow, this is really stressful, but I got it done and it feels nice. Like you had a very successful event last night.
Thank you. You made it what it is.
You felt fulfilled.
It made, like, once the people are in the room and there's a good vibe and the energy is there, I'm like happy no matter what else happens.
Okay. Then it just doesn't feel nice to me. Like for me, doing events doesn't feel nice, and that's what I've learned about myself. Because I used to produce events at Million in 2019. That was my job, and I just didn't like it. But maybe in the future, I will probably, because I have ideas for events. If I maybe bring the right team around and figure out the way to make it work for myself, then yeah, maybe in the future I'll do events.
In the future, you get to
I
that.
won't cut that out of my life completely, but I just don't like doing them.
No, for me, like since the music is like an integral part of like the whole situation,
Yeah.
or like the going into event production, I like to manage all of the aspects to actually achieve that experience. Because without it, if one thing goes wrong, if the space is not like you're not making sure that people feel safe, you know, you're taking away from it.
So you want to curate the full experience.
You want to curate the full experience so that people come there and actually are fulfilled in the sound. So that's why
It's a major part of it. Yeah. It's work. It's like you're doing the work, and I'm trying to escape the work.
Man takes his soft life seriously. I respect that.
I don't like stress, man. I don't like stress at all. I don't like stress.
Because like this last one, and by the way, I just had to say, Yosa came to Toronto and absolutely ate down, like destroyed at 4:30 in the morning. Like it was an absolute joy to behold.
Arigato.
And that we had to come and sit and have a discussion. So let me put you on the spot a little bit before we continue.
Okay.
Because I get a few DJs here and I ask them to make this comparison about how they feel about crowds from other cities versus the crowd, like how people react to music in Toronto.
Okay,
so what was your?
I loved it. Last night it was great because I was just paying attention to what the other DJs were doing, and just to like I was conceptualizing which direction I should go based on how. And Katie, obviously she's a beast. She's a fucking practitioner. She's really good, and she has her set. She has her like really clean Afro house sets, like a classic, very strong set. And then also the guy that played before was also Afro. Yogi.
That's
He's
an OG.
also like OG. Like it was a good, clean Afro house set. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, maybe this is what you guys do here, is just clean, really clean Afro, like melodic house, Afro house. And so that's what I had in my mind. And then Paper Water came and just played everything. They played everything. They played Premier Gao into like a Afro tech, and it worked. It all worked. And I was watching the crowd, and they were jumping. They were jumping. And so for me, I was like, perfect. I was now, at that point, I was antsy to get on because I was like, oh, I can have fun right now. I can just play whatever I want now. And I was like, I had to go upstairs. I had to like leave because I was like,
you're itching. You're feeling it. Like,
I had to go upstairs. I was like, once they started playing Premier Gower, I was looking at the crowd and they were like, woo! I was like, oh, yeah.
So that's the thing about it. It's like when you actually like play an event properly, it goes in stages.
Yeah.
You don't just come and like burn all the load. By playing that, like all the songs that everybody like. If you hear one song that you know during the night, that moment really just feels like something.
Exactly, yeah.
As opposed to the overload that you might get in certain situations. Certain things just have to build.
Right.
And if you notice, like it does help like keep people like in that suspense, like all the way through the night, and like they get to that point in the night. It's just like, well, people was playing well past like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So when they're going that hard at that time, and the tempos were maintained too.
Yeah.
If you notice,
very maintained.
Throughout the time, it's like before Kitty went on, the tempo was at about 120 to 122.
Oh, really?
It stayed there.
Six.
Kitty took it to 124.
Okay.
And by the time you were playing, it was at 128.
Yeah, it was 128, yeah.
And that's like, you barely notice, because at that time, your mind has like, at that time of the day, your mind has slowed down and you process music like a lot different.
Right.
You play the same music at 8 a.m., sounds different.
Yeah, true.
Because
our body chemistry is different. We're like, you're either tired or not tired, So, also I felt like the beginning of my set, I kind of came, because I started at 3:30, and so I was trying to decide, do I give them a like wavy 3:30 a.m. like just almost like minimal Afro tech set, but because of Paper Water's vibes, I just came in pretty strong.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in pretty strong.
Man, and that was literally the best. I gotta tell you, like,
Thank you.
you were on the money with that one.
Thank you.
So, apart from that, there was the people. Did you find it like friendly? Did you meet people? You have conversations?
I didn't have that many conversations. I don't know. I felt. Yeah, I wasn't really that conversant. Like, I wasn't really chatting to people. Also, it didn't feel, I felt that the people were friendly, but I felt, maybe it was in my head, I felt like an outsider. Yeah, I felt like a little bit of an outsider.
I guess the point of these things, is to be welcoming.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
everyone should feel welcome
Yeah.
in the space, and I hope at least we made you feel that way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
like there was no bad vibes at all, zero bad vibes. But I didn't necessarily like, and I also didn't try to talk to anybody. I think if I would have been like, "Hey, what's your name?" It would have been fine. But I also had just woken up from a nap. And then I got to the venue, and the venue was like you couldn't see anything. It was like
it was dark.
It was like I could see, but I couldn't see. It was, I don't know, it was weird. But
It
was
was
sick.
dark,
It was a sick venue. It was a ridiculous venue. It was a former sex club. Current sex club. Yeah, I behaved myself though.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was freaky there, but like nothing freaky was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like it was weird because like I felt like I was tripping or something because like you could see, but it was also like very hazy. You couldn't really see faces.
And the light would just like flash here and there.
It was really cool.
You just flash
And there
here.
was mirrors and glass in different places. It was cool. And then there was like men in dresses with like face piercings and yeah. So I was kind of just observing. I enjoyed myself though. And I was thinking about my set for the most part. The thing about when I'm closing is that I don't party.
Okay.
I don't party until I play, and then after I play, I'm down to party. But if I'm closing, then I'm literally like, I don't want to go too crazy with any type of like, I'm chilling.
I did the same thing too, because like I had to tear down the place.
Yeah.
So you gotta take it easy, and
Yeah.
it's not easy being like an organizer sometimes.
Exactly,
You wanna have fun, but you gotta like
You have
keep
to be
in
an
mind.
adult.
You have to be an adult a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you came all the way to Toronto not to
Yes.
come and play a freak like me,
Yes.
but it's because you're on tour
Yes.
with the biggest, the baddest,
baddest.
Rema himself.
Yes.
How's that? How many cities have you done so far?
It's really cool. I have done New York and Boston so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is your third.
This is my third one.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy times.
What's that like? Just tell me about it.
It's really sick. It's honestly really, really fire. I feel super grateful to play in front of like MSG was like 20,000, 25,000 people, which is like
Insane.
yeah. And I'm just playing. I'm playing music for them. And then what's really cool is that like they're very receptive because they're obviously you pay your money, you pay $60+ to come see this thing, and so like they're ready to have fun.
Yeah.
And so like pretty much whatever song that you play, they're like,
They're just
like,
excited to be there.
they're just ready. And then if you get on the mic and you mention anything about Rema, they're just
Like Rema's coming. Rema fucks with this track.
yeah.
This is one of the inspirations for the Rave and Roses album. Do you do a lot of mic work?
No, I'm learning though. I want to start getting on the mic because like at MSG, I didn't get on the mic and I had the DJ that played before me get on the mic for me, and he was just trying to steal my whole aura. He was just trying to he was like, yes, He killed it though. I actually appreciate him. But at the beginning, he was kind of like, yeah, it's your boy Staxy or whatever, and like, oh, what's your name, bro? Like, what's your name? as I was playing, yeah. So I was like, okay, from now I have to like figure out how to
do your own.
Yeah,
like,
somebody say,
yeah.
All them things.
It was one of
a skill. It's like
it's a skill set that you have to build. I love Lambo for that. Lambo.
She gets on the mic.
Yeah, she's great on the mic.
Sick.
It's like the way she always starts out her sets.
Yeah.
It's like she does like a nice smooth intro.
Cool.
Feels you know that she's practiced this one too. The delivery is always like proper.
The thing is, because she's OG,
and
she is OG Lagos, sorry, and also from coming from the house culture. You're not really on the mic like that.
Yeah.
Right. And so I have to like be able to do both sides.
I noticed that in Lagos, even in like electronic music or like Afro house events, you guys still use mics, right? You have
not
MCs sometimes.
We have MCs to introduce the next person, but we don't have people doing vibe. We're not freestyling.
I've seen that in some places. Like,
yeah. Those like you won't see that really at like any of the big ones, any of like the
proper ones.
But like for sure I'm on piano, for sure all those other ones like, and I actually really like MCs. Like I really fuck with a good MC because they just take the levels, the vibes up. If you have a good chemistry with the MC that you're playing with, the vibes can actually be immaculate. It's really good.
And I feel like it depends on what it is you're playing. Because for Afro beats, for sure, for piano, yes.
But if it's like a 6-minute track, like why are we?
Deep house.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Hide the mics. Yeah. hide all the mics.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't.
Well, something that what's her name? Kitty did, which I might steal. She has this sample that she would keep on the far left CDJ.
Okay.
And it would be like, if you love house music, make put one hand up in the air if you love house music. And right before a lot of her drops, she'll do put your hand. She'll just press it. She'll go put your hands in the air if you love house music, and go do. And so like that's basically her that's her getting on the mic, and then before the drop they'll be like, woo, yeah,
and everyone.
I'm like,
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of the Afro house guys.
Yeah,
like, that's one of the tricks in the locker. And for me, like you can just load it up on virtual DJ, have a bag of a bunch of shit and just one button. It's like what?
And then you were on the mic basically. I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna steal that. Thank you, Kitty.
Yeah. But you kind of need like a lot of like to do that plus what you already do. You need more decks.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta have the equipment for it. If not, it gets tricky. So which is why because I'm now used to I play as part of a trio.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of have to have my custom set up
okay.
and just have things at the tip of my fingers. Yeah. So when I have to play alone, sometimes I still use my computer because a lot of the things that I've prepared over time just need. They just need that setup.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
what happens when you start getting booked for festivals and
same thing. The setup is streamlined enough.
You don't feel any type of I don't know what the word is. You don't feel any type of weirdness bringing your computer, your laptop up to.
Please.
Okay.
I know where that comes from, but most of these people is anybody that would say that to you, I promise you comes from a place of ignorance.
Okay.
Because the whole thing with purists and you gotta show up and just plug in your USB. It's it used to give people status, I know how to use CDJ, so now
but it doesn't matter how you deliver it.
It doesn't matter how you deliver it, and that's not even the tip I'm coming from. Is that I show up, and the only reason why I'm doing this is out of necessity. It's like a performer that comes with synths.
Yeah, okay.
If they show up with
is this part
their
of your
custom equipment.
That's like shading Fred again for bringing
for having
yeah,
his shit.
yeah.
Like he needs what he needs to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, true.
So I show up, and it's not like I can't play. I can play on like a simple set of
Right.
CDJs, but there's things that I can do that you just can't.
Yeah, true.
You're just a CDJ. So I am not like, I feel no type of way.
Yeah.
The only thing that I do is that I have done my best to find the simplest way that works. Because I've had mishaps where you show up and you're trying to like make something work.
If there's multiple cables that you need to, so how are you? Because I saw it last night. You just hooked it up to what? One, no, you can hook it up to. You can hook
it up to multiple CDJs.
Okay, yeah.
So for last night, because of the mixer, normally I can like connect to the mixer itself, and that's my sound card. Because that's usually the best output. You get the cleanest sound that way. But because it was the V10 and because of the 6 channels, the main channels that I need are on the far left.
Oh, okay.
So because and it's hard to change that to the far right. But on other CDJs, you can just like use the 2 on the far right. So it's simpler that way. So instead, I had the 2 CDJs as my sound card.
Okay.
And you're sending in line signal.
Yeah, okay.
So if you're switching, instead of switching on the mixer, you just switch on the CDJs, and then you have 2 tracks.
Gotcha. The one thing that I did notice is that you don't get the like data, the metadata.
So you're always playing manually.
Yeah, you're playing manually.
Yeah. So that's it's a preferred way because now we can be multi-systems. You have to learn, like you have to just mix by ear.
Exactly.
The whole time.
And then, which I didn't mind. My only issue was the keys. Because I like to mix in keys.
Just peek over.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's how we always do it. Just like because you just ask, you're like, yo, what key we in?
Yeah.
And then you patch up. Wait, do you need like glasses?
Yeah. 9.
Oh, so you don't like use alphanumeric because I can switch it, so that's what I do because Razak is the same.
So I use numeric on Serato, but in Rekordbox it's just.
I switched all of them to alphanumeric.
Oh, okay.
But like virtual DJ is like intelligent enough, you can just like switch it by just clicking. So you just look at it.
I like that you don't have like any type of ego that comes with using a laptop or using virtual DJ.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day that somebody will try that shit with me. Like most DJs that I've met didn't study computing science, so they can all relax. They can all relax. Like I know things.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just like. Yeah, it's just like I started with virtual DJ and then I had this weird thing that no, you have to go to Serato, and then from Serato, no, you have to do Rekordbox, because of like industry standards. But it's really cool that you've like transcended that.
Like I started with Tractor.
Okay, yeah.
So I can basically play on every system now. I can play on Serato.
Oh, I haven't learned Tractor at all.
I can play like basically anything. Like I played on like a lot of systems. The only thing I need to learn now is like playing well on vinyl.
Yeah, I want to learn vinyl.
Yeah, once I learn that, I'm done.
Vinyl is like a foreign language to me. I don't even know cue points and.
Like unless you go back to the days of like the grandmasters, where they're like marking tape.
Literally marking,
on shit. It's just like I've seen people like mix nice. It's literally just a gamble.
Yeah.
They know the tempo of their songs.
Yeah.
And then they just like let it go and then they just mix.
Yeah.
It's like slow it down.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, you're done?
Why did you change your name from Sharon to Showa?
Oh, you used to go by Sharon?
Yeah. Sharon was really white.
Yeah, I feel that. And especially Sharon in Canada as opposed to Shewa.
You just blend.
Exactly. Hey Sharon. Oh, and I'm singing Yoruba dialect.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is my friend Shewa. She makes really nice music.
She makes great music. Speaking
of,
she's
a singer and she plays instruments. And
what?
She's a woman of God.
Huh? Oh, I'm not.
So
speaking of, You know what we should
This is my
find.
song.
Yeah, we should find.
Can we play one of the early ones?
No.
Those are my favorite of your
I'm
songs.
sorry, you make me cringe so hard.
Those
right
are
now.
those are my favorite.
That's because you haven't heard the recent one.
I haven't heard the recent
And
ones.
because that time, I don't know why you like that more actually.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god. This is the mix.
This one. This is your voice?
Yeah, it was more like pitch down though. It's pitch down.
Okay, this is the one that you sent me.
Yeah.
This is the main song, but this is the mix.
Okay, quick intro. This is Showa. Showa makes beautiful. What would you call it? R&B records?
No, Afro soul.
Afro soul.
No, Afro then break my heart.
Is this
Afro
the mix
dem-
that you sent me?
Is that just-
Uh,
That the producer made?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Showa makes Afro Then Break My Heart records. And this is a remix by the producer of Lagos Lovin'. All Sevens
Yes.
is his name. And it's quite groovy if you ask me. I love it.
White hair.
Special guest in the house.
Yes, and she's leaving the house now.
She's leaving the house.
Yeah.
We'll see Cheryl around. Go catch Cheryl at one of her shows very
Next
soon.
year.
What's your next show?
On Sunday, then May 3rd. Already May. Then June, then July, then August.
No, what's the date? What's the date of your next show? Damn. Okay.
No, I'll send it to you.
All right. Next question I got for you. So now we're leaving all that DJ stuff, all that music, you know. That's just our day job. What do you get up to at night? When you're not DJing, what do you really be getting up to in Lagos? Are you a bad boy?
I'm actually quite boring. I'm actually very
Yeah.
boring. Yeah, I promise you I'm boring.
You're a boring G.
I really go back to my bed.
That's not what I heard though. They said
Hey!
Yosa is out there in the streets breaking hearts.
What?
That's genre that Shewa just described. Afro then break my heart. They say you are part of the gang
No,
that is
man.
inflicting.
Honestly, I try my best not to inflict any type of unwarranted pain on the streets. So, no, I really go to my house. I really be in bed, for real.
Damn.
Yeah, I want to have more of a social life. I want to I hang out with friends,
Okay.
but I don't really go to parties if I'm not playing.
Okay.
Wow, this is nice. This is really cool.
This is like a track that's Fame made, and I just mixed
Okay,
it
cool.
with.
Oh, you put the.
I mixed it with
vocals.
Imagine That.
Okay.
I thought they sounded nice
Yeah,
together,
they
you
sound
know.
nice. Yeah. So I wish I had more stories for you, but I really be in the crib, man.
Damn, like you living in Lagos, I was really expecting, you know,
I
some
really
juicy
did.
stories here.
I really just be in my house, man, for the most part. I have a nice setup for myself,
Okay.
and so I really like being in
You
that
like
space.
utilizing your rent.
Yes, exactly. I have a nice garden. I have a studio.
Wow,
Yeah,
man
yeah.
has a garden.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's actually very nice.
Just this small plant wall that I have,
It's a nice plant. Wow, I was
you
looking
know,
at it earlier.
and man has a whole garden.
Monstera is not cheap. That plant on the left is not cheap at all.
Yeah, like you're assuming that I own that plant. Some of the plants there are paid actors.
Rented.
They're paid actors.
On lease.
Yeah, so that it works for that particular thing. When the babes walk in here, they'll be like, oh my god,
Monstera.
you take care of the plants, eh? That means you can take care of your family too. I'm like, that's right. Yeah, so that's interesting. But you did mention, so do you garden?
Yeah, I have planted, I have an orange tree, I have a mango tree, I have lemongrass, I have mint, I have, different things.
Now that just sounds dangerous.
Why?
Dangerous, man. Because like I said, small plant wall. I know what plant wall has done in my life. You now have garden. I understand why you like staying at home. Because you don't need to leave. When you have garden at home, you just pull up to the crib.
That's
And
hilarious.
then you're like, check out my garden. They'll be like, oh my God, you can take care of a garden. Wow.
Amen,
So,
amen.
so impressive.
Amen.
Yeah? I think it's slightly like, in the grand scheme of things, because mine is like, I can brag about this, that I'm the king of jollof.
Okay. Like, you make jollof.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if anybody comes to me, I can guarantee, like, yo, you're gonna eat fire jollof.
Okay, but you gave us pizza today.
Because now, like, you see my situation now. Like, I've just come from a very stressful week. So normally, like, that's what will happen. Like, I'll cook, everybody will, we sit down and just like eat.
Yeah.
But today was a pizza, pizza type of day.
I didn't mind actually, it's quite nice.
Oh, really?
And so you're like, your jollof is banging.
Yeah, I can go to competitions.
Really?
With my
Are you
jollof.
serious?
I can cook competitively. Jollof.
Why is your recipe better than other people's? Like, why
I
is?
put love into it, man.
Okay.
The same way I tag my music, Martin Says Loves You. It's the same way I cook my jollof.
This jollof.
You know,
This guy loves
I
it.
put a lot of love into the making of the jollof.
Got you.
So it bangs. You know, it's the legendary jollof and meat combo.
Which meat? Chicken, beef. Oh,
Yeah, don't repeat it on camera, bro.
I got you.
You come eat jollof and you go home.
Yeah, chop beef.
Yes. For those of you know. So yeah, I'm a foodie. So like,
Cool.
I feel like that's my extracurricular. Like, you know, I do music related events, shit, and then I think about food. Like, what are we gonna go eat? So a lot of my friends know me for that. They're like,
You're the food guy.
I'm a food guy.
I'm the opposite of a food guy. I don't like food.
You don't like food?
I don't like food, man. Food to me is a chore. Food is a chore. Like I'm thinking about this year cooking jollof. You have to go to the shop. You buy the ingredients. You buy rice, or you have rice here.
Okay. No, you buy
rice. You buy the ingredients. You're already doing. That's one trip.
That's the
by
start.
Itself. You come back. You have to. You bring the bags up from wherever you bring the bags.
Damn, this man really thought about the amount of effort. Okay,
Manual
continue. Let me
labor,
see.
You bring the bags, and this is rice and ingredients bags. This is however it worked, like 15, 20 floors up. You come upstairs. You have to set everything inside where it's meant to go. You haven't even started cooking yet.
Okay.
As you start cooking, there's probably maybe some dishes you have to clear. You have to clear this place. This is like 4 jobs already without first cooking. Then you have to cook. You're sweating. You're standing up for I need this. You're standing up for however long to make this rice. You're sweating, and then okay, cool, yummy, nice rice.
Then you have to clean.
Yes,
that's the only part that I
eat
despise.
for 15 minutes. You eat for 15 minutes, bro. After you just spent 6 hours of manual labor, you eat for 15 minutes.
I have it down to a 3-hour process.
3 hours to eat for 15 minutes. Oh, yummy. And then you now have to clean everything. And then you now shit in like 2 hours. No, it's not worth it. Just get a smoothie. Just order a smoothie.
Okay. Let me tell you how it goes. Yeah, you're right about the whole grocery shopping part. But what I do sometimes is like if a bunch of people are coming over and they ask, hey, do you need help?
Yeah.
You know, I'll have somebody do grocery runs because I know exactly what I need.
Gotcha.
So once they bring it, you know, you roast the tomatoes, onions, peppers, everything in the oven.
Yeah.
That's like a mindless task.
Okay, yeah.
It takes a little bit of time to cut it up and like pan it. But you know, it goes by pretty quickly. Once you've done that, the rest is pretty straightforward. You get your chicken stock or like turkey stock, whatever, you just boil it. Put the ingredients boil, roast your turkey or chicken. Now you have your chicken or beef stock. Put that to the side. Now you're making your sauce.
You lost me like 6 steps ago.
Damn, bro, this man is just not kitchen adept. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not the one.
You know, I thought DJs, you know, knew their way around the kitchen.
My destiny in life is to get really rich enough to either order anything I want or have somebody cook it for me. That's my destiny.
Damn. Anyway, that was interesting to know. You're one of the first people that has come on this show and not even had something nice to say about the type of food and the restaurants they love to go to. That's you know.
Yeah, I'm not a food guy at all. But I went to a restaurant today. I had a lovely breakfast. Actually, I had a lovely breakfast.
Where did you go?
I was just walking, man.
You don't know?
I have no idea. I just started walking.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a breakfast. I had pancakes with a nice mango colada and eggs and sausage. It was banging. It was really good. And a matcha latte. I enjoyed it with my soul. But this being in North America, I'm gonna get fat. Because I'm not working out as much as I was, and I'm eating, like, at home, eat, swallow, eat rice.
And then you trek.
Is
that the workout
and you're
you're talking
always
about?
sweating. No, I actually work out.
Okay.
But here, I'm eating, today I had 3 pancakes with whipped cream and butter and eggs and so I need to like figure out how to balance like finding healthy food and then figuring out how to work out on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's just the nature of like touring and being all over the place. You do have to like really ground yourself in order to like manage properly.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's fair. But yeah, it's been fucking insane, you know. I've had a blast having you here, and I thought it would be remiss if we don't sit down and just have a chat where we just talk about the Lagos-Toronto connection, man.
Yeah.
Before we go, do you have any questions for interviewer?
Do you miss Lagos? Do you see yourself going back? And like, because you're building something here, right? What role does Lagos have in what you're building, and do you see yourself doing what you're doing in Lagos? Are you fully?
That was the vision.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, that was the vision. Like when I started building this, I always had a Lagos-Toronto mindset that we're gonna build simultaneously across both places. Because Lagos was kind of like my was the frame of mind that I had for starting up shit. That's the shared connection like Razak and I have. So he grew up in Lagos. I'm from Lagos State. And when we started imagining what like Nigerian electronic music could sound like, Lagos is the inspiration for that. So it made sense that we should build out of there and take inspiration from what was going on there at the time. So very like scientific approach to things, but it's about the right way to go about it. So till now, maybe due to like resources, we can't be as active in that scene, but we're still there somehow. Like the footprint is there.
For sure.
Right, with the people we work
and like
with.
you're also like you're quite known. In the Lagos scene.
Yeah, I did make a lot of friends there, and you know we check on people. We keep in touch. Right.
I have another question for you.
Yeah.
What would you say if you wanted to like kind of break down, because everyone in Nigeria basically is trying to come to Canada.
Hey.
So, like.
Jackpot.
Yeah. That's like Canada is like the spot, and I was walking around today and I could see why, because it's like I was having this thought like this place is actually mad peaceful. The people here are like nice. And then I looked up as I was having this thought, and the street that I was on was called Peaceful Way. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. But like, anytime I say that to people that have been living here for some time, they're like, oh yeah, you think it's sweet, but it's actually not that sweet. So like, what would you say like for people that have had like Canada, that are growing up in Nigeria, that have had Canada in their like dreams and aspirations?
What would I say to them?
Yeah, is it as sweet as they are dreaming about?
It's a matter of perspective. That's what I would say. That if you understand what your current situation is and what you actually do your research properly about what you're going to face when you come here, it won't be much of a surprise.
Okay.
So I believe, like, let me try and simplify it like this. The thing that most Nigerians are running away from is instability. Right? Of course, we have insecurity, we have corruption and all that thing, but it's just the inability for you to like predict. Like, there's too many variables in like the Nigerian reality. Here, same thing, but there is not to the same degree. You know, things are not great here either, but not to the same degree.
What is not great?
Cost of living.
Okay.
Cost of living is just as high. And if you are not in like a certain percentile of earners, life gets really difficult. And we don't have the same culture. The culture in North America in general is not the same as we have in African countries. I'll give you an example, and this one is like it's very simple, but yeah, like it could describe what I'm trying to say. If you get married and have children in Nigeria, don't forget that you have your entire lineage not too far from you, driving distance at worst. So you have people, you have a whole family.
You have a village.
You have a village that is invested in your success in a way. Don't like ignore your village people syndrome, but you have family. When you japa,
Individual.
you are in an individualistic society. So you're going to face the full weight
By yourself.
of your responsibilities. And if you're not earning well, it exacerbates that problem. So that's the main thing. And that relates back to the cost of living. It's like, if you're not making a lot of money,
It's a hustle.
it's hard to support.
And at that point, is it better than...
At that point,
You have to make that decision.
You have to make that
Yeah.
decision for yourself, because there's so many variables to consider now. It's like, do I want to worry about that and also worry about electricity and, you know, my transportation and the safety of my kids? At least in Nigeria, you have people to take care of them, but like, are you, you know, do you feel peace of mind when you send them out to school, when they're on the road, when they're in the house?
How are opportunities here? Like, people leave Nigeria because there's no opportunities, and they come to a place like this because for the opportunities. Are there opportunities here?
There are.
Okay.
Not as nice as it used to be in the heyday, but there is opportunity. And you know, Nigerians, we are used to suffering, so we always find a way, and we can manage through the worst of shit. So I would say it's generally a net positive. Not a lot of people come here and go back. Some people come and then maybe they get too depressed because of loneliness and cold. But the cold for me was never a thing. Maybe like I need to say, like, I did come here as a young person, and so I had time to acclimatize. But I was excited the first time, you know, I saw snow and everyone was cold. But funny enough, cold actually helped me because I used to have terrible skin when I was.
It dried your skin.
It fucking cleared everything up.
Okay, cool.
Like the cold, like helped my face.
What, you had like acne?
I had terrible acne.
It basically like dried up your.
Yeah, it like the cold just like evened everything out, because when you're in the heat, you're like really oily, it's clogging your pores. But when you're in a cold climate, everything just subsides.
Cool.
So maybe it's also the water. Some people say it was the water.
I think it's a lot to do with the cold, because the cold affects my skin as well. But I didn't have the acne problem, but it just makes my skin so dry. So I have to, like, my skin gets worse when I'm here actually.
So maybe now it's like when you're older, but then I was a teenager. So I found that there was a huge difference. So whenever I would go back home and be in the heat again, it will come back.
Oh wow!
So just like the first couple of years, I was here. So I was like, cold weather, my friend.
Okay, cool.
Cool. That was another mix, just because we're talking about jackpine.
Fame has a very specific sound.
Yeah.
I can hear their sound.
So yeah, I fuck with them heavy. That's why like my latest track that I just dropped, the beat was produced by them. So shout out my boys.
Shout out to you.
And with that, we've come to the end of the episode. It's been nice having my boy Yosa around. You're heading to Montreal.
No, I'm heading actually. There's 2 week break.
Okay, after this.
Yeah, next show is June 5th, London.
Okay.
But I'm trying to go out to LA.
Okay.
I'll go out to LA sometime in May. Hopefully hit me.
Yeah, and when are you leaving Toronto? Okay, so that's not far. And you're heading to LA?
I'm heading to Boston.
Boston. Okay, back to Boston. Sick. So we gave my boy the best welcome at a freak like me. And now on Shut Up and DJ, I hope you guys, learned something about your boy. It's been great having you. Thank you so much. Now let's go turn up.
Blessings.
Till next time. We're out.
No need to make it complicated. Cut the track, speaking body language.